Hi everyone, so welcome to my shop and Angelic Tarot, and we're going to go ahead and do your weekly forecast for next week. So we're going to be pulling a few cards here for the week. So I'm going to start out with this deck. This is the Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron Reed. I'm going to pull a card from here and see what messages we've got here for this week. So I hope everyone is having a wonderful beginning of the weekend. Full moon in Pisces energy tonight. Well, I'm doing this on a Friday night, which is right in the full moon. So we're really connecting with the full moon energies here tonight and see what we've got. So let's see. Okay, so we have Thinker as the first card of this week's reading, number 44. So double fours is about structure and it's about order. So this week is going to be important that we focus on order and getting things in order. There may be something that's out of balance that needs to become, that needs to come back into balance or needs to come back into order. So this card is representing the energy of strategy, okay? Being very analytical and being thinking very strategic in a situation. There's going to be a need this week to really have a strategy in place or to bring about some sort of strategy in a situation. Okay. For relationships, the same thing does apply. There's going to be a need to weigh pros and cons in romantic relationships this week. So you really want to focus on what is the energy surrounding your relationship and weighing your pros and cons, and try to not force anything this week with any type of romantic relationship or any type of relationship. And then this card regarding finances can represent a need to really strategize and calculate. Calculations are going to be important. Adding and really figuring out, doing a budget is going to be very important this week. So really, before moving forward in any situation, you want to definitely focus on a plan and game plan and move forward. Try to not sign any documents or say yes to anything without really looking at a situation and really kind of researching it and thinking about it, okay? We're going to pull now from the Kippers deck, which is a beautiful deck I just got recently, and it is stunning. This is by, where's the box? It is by Ciro Marchetti, which I love him. He has amazing decks and artwork. So I'm going to pull two cards from here and see what we have, okay? For the energy of this week. Okay, so first card we have is Distant Horizons, number 36. So this is interesting because Distant Horizons is really connecting about distance, things that are kind of in a distant location or a distant place. It can be a card that represents, it's a very positive card. It represents dreams. It represents a very positive card of enabling us to really visualize and see what we want and opening our minds into new things that are coming up. It could even be opening our mind to a situation. Now we have one more card, and I got False Person right next to it. So, okay, now in combination, I'm going to read them individually, but in combination is a totally different meaning. So in just focusing in this card, specifically the Distant Horizon card is representing a need to see something from a different perspective, opening our viewpoint in a situation. And it can also represent that something may take a little bit longer than we had planned. But in a way, it is better for it to take longer because it's going to give us more time to bring in that strategy. So that's what we're kind of focusing a lot on, strategy this week. A need to really strategize and really have a good game plan in place. And then I have the False Person right next to it, which is very interesting. And it could be that someone from a distance, combined with the other card, is not being sincere with us, is not really telling us the truth in a situation. This card can represent lies, danger, deceit, treachery, and it can represent dishonesty and deception. So it's, to me, connected with something distant from you, something that may be from a distance, a person that may be from afar, a situation that is involving a distant location or traveling in a distant location. You want to be very careful with a false person or a person that's not sincere, okay? That's coming up here this week. So very interesting messages, right, from this weekly reading so far. We're getting a lot of strategy needing to be put in place, a need to really research a situation out, some sort of ways of opening our view in a situation, and a person that's false, a person that's hiding something. We want to be very careful with that in this coming week. And then for our weekly forecast, general forecast, we are going to look at 4 cards from my tarot deck. I'm using the Tarot of Dreams, and it's by the same author, Ciro Marchetti. So we're going to pull 4 cards here and see what comes up in the cards, okay? Okay, first card we have is general energies this week. It's the 9 of Wands. So the 9 of Wands is a card of precaution as well. It's a card of needing to shield ourselves, to be very protective, to be very on the defense. We're going to need to really kind of get a little bit more aggressive with a person or a situation this week. We're going to need to become more vocal this week about a situation that's kind of, it's needed. It's time for us to kind of speak out on, or really kind of get a little more aggressive on. So the general energies this week is a need to really, face a situation, get more vocal on a situation, and really need to speak up on a situation. This card also to me is about protection and psychic protection or psychic defense. So very important this week is psychic defense energy. To defend yourself, to really protect ourselves is going to be very important. Hidden information is the 4 of Pentacles. And this card to me is showing that this is a card of holding on to something from our past. There's something that we're still holding on to that is still there, that we need to open ourselves up a little bit more, or maybe be more flexible about, okay? When I see the 4 of Pentacles, it has many meanings. One of the meanings is a need to really hold on to our money this week, because there may be an additional expense or an unexpected expense that may come up. The other thing I see with this card is a need to let go of something from the past that we're holding on to. So that is coming up as a hidden influence, meaning that we need to really focus on that, because that situation may be bringing us a stagnation, or we're not able to move forward in a situation because of that lack of movement, okay, or that lack of opening up to a new option, or letting go of that no longer serves us. The obstacle this week is the Fool, and it is not convenient to try anything new, or to make any risks, or to take any risks. It's going to be good this week to not do any of that. All the contrary, you want strategy in place, you want to have a game plan, you want to be protective of your space and your energy, and you want to, yes, be very careful about budgeting this week. Budget's going to be important, and not taking any major risks this week is going to be essential, okay? The resolution of the week is the Lovers, okay? Very beautiful energy. So this is going with, I'm going to mention a couple of points here. First of all, Lovers is relationships, romantic relationships. So this week, any issues if you have with your loved one, your partner, there's going to be a solution coming, okay? And it's having to do with right now not taking any decisions or major decisions, or taking any major risks, but at the same time letting go of something from the past that we're still holding on to, that we still have a grudge with. We want to let that go. We want to release that. And then we have, again, the Lover's energy to me as a resolution is going to be to get closer to that loved one, get closer to that person that we really love, try to connect with them, trying to surprise them this week with something, even a little note, this week is going to be important. Lover's energy to me is also about choices and decisions again. So it's going to be important that there's going to be a choice coming up, I feel, this week of some sort, or a decision. It's going to be important that we really research what we're going to get ourselves into, and make the right choice. I see the candles lit here to me. I feel like there's a need to do candle work around this, to do rituals or prayers around this. I need to pray about that. It's going to be important. It's going to be very important that we look at things and we are able to have clarity with something before we move forward. So there's some action that needs to be taken this week, but we also need to be very careful with what action there is. There's someone that's not being sincere with us, or someone that's not telling us the truth, or a situation that's not what we think it is. So this week is going to be a week of kind of getting clarity with that. And like I said, this number of, I like that we end with a 6 and a major arcana, because there's a breakthrough coming in relationships, all kinds of relationships. When I say romantically, not only romantically, but also, it could be any type of relationship. It could be family, it could be friendships, it could be business relationships. I do see a lot of changes that are coming, a solution coming to you with a partnership of some sort this week. The underlying situation we have is the Ace of Swords. Okay, so there is a new beginning this week. There's a new energy coming up this week for us. There's a new energy, a new situation is going to present itself this week that may have a little bit of a double-edged sword in it. So you want to be a little careful with it, but at the same time, I feel like it's going to be good. Ace of Swords are always a card of new beginnings, but it's a new beginning that you want to take gradual. You don't want to jump into this situation. You want to go gradually into it, okay, and kind of look into the situation very carefully. So the Ace of Swords is all about beginnings, new chapters, new developments coming in the future here, okay? So there's something new coming in for us, and so there's going to be a need to do some psychic protection. I need to really research, and I need to let go of something from the past. I'm going to pull from this week. I'm going to include health. I know that health is very important, so we're going to include health this week, and I'm going to be using my Archangel Raphael cards. So I'm going to pull one card for health this week and see what we have regarding our health. For those of us that are concerned with health, physical, spiritual, or mental, I'm going to pull a card for health for us here. And we have, yes. So something that we want is going to move forward, okay? It could be if you're wanting to conceive. This could be, yes, things are going to start to move more in that direction. Things are going to start heading in a more positive direction with health this week. We have a green light pretty much this week with health. So there's some good energy. We're going to see some new opportunities coming with health. And you're going to feel a lot more positive about health this week. You're going to feel like there's a blessing coming this week with health. We have a baby coming up here in this card. So to me, this has to do a lot with, a new beginning in health, a new chapter. Something new coming in, or maybe even trying something new this week is going to bring you some new energy, okay? So there's some new energy coming in with health, okay? So I hope you guys enjoyed this beautiful weekly reading. If you would like your one-on-one reading with me, I will put the links in the bottom, and I also have the little upstairs. You can see the little eye, and you can click on there, and that'll take you to my website. If you have any questions about anything, let me know. I'm also going to place my personal email in the bottom. And if you have any questions, let me know. Big hugs, everyone, and have a beautiful weekend. Angel blessings.